Hi guys, Arjita here. Welcome to Gina K Designs November 2024 release. And this year went like super fast. It is November. We'll be celebrating Christmas very soon. The year is going to be over and has been a very fruitful, very beautiful year. I had so much fun creating all these lovely illustrations for all of you, and I'm so thankful that you all enjoyed those illustrations and create such wonderful, wonderful, inspiring projects. So, this month again, I have a background stamp with you, which is called Blossoms in Bloom. And with such kind of a background stamp, I think all you need is just put a tiny, thin, dainty sentiment heat embossed on a thin strip of paper, and the card is good to go. Or you can do a bold sentiment with the chunky style fonts. We have so many of those beautiful sentiment dies in our collection. You can put that on top of it, and your card is done. The other thing is that you can use this floral for all year round. This can be your spring cards. This, you can just add some bunnies on top. You can add critters on top of it, or you want to make it more elegant, you can stamp this and put a bird on top of it. So this stamp reached me pretty early this month, and I'm so glad that it did, and I could create so many projects for you all, and I can't wait to show all of them to you. So let me quickly flip my camera and I'll show you all the card projects I created for you. So this is Blossoms in Bloom stamp set, and I really like it because of the thickness of the lines, and because the images are very open style. You can use so many different coloring mediums to color it, or just do tone on tone effects and whatnot. So I love this, and it is a 6x6 photopolymer clear stamp. You can use it in so many different ways, and I am about to show you a few of the cards I created using Blossoms in Bloom. For the first card, this is a simple heat embossed card. I used white embossing powder to do the embossing, and some Daniel Smith watercolors to do this loose style watercoloring. You can use zig markers, memento markers, or any other watercoloring markers to do this. You can use powdered watercolors and liquid watercolors. Every medium is possible, and this is very, very loose style and very quick. And I finished it with a delicate sentiment. This looks really pretty. So this is the second card, and here I did some no line watercoloring. I used a very unique color combination, which is a rosy brown, I can say, a pinkish brown for the leaves, and bright blue, cobalt blue, and a bright navy to color the flowers. I finished it with a sentiment which is going to be a part of a stamp set which is going to be released tonight. I love it that it comes with dies, and you can cut them and use them on your cards. I did some splatters on top of this because I love doing it. I used gesso as well as the watercolors I used. So this looks very grungy, very pretty. So this is the third card, and here I used the background stamp like a background and stamped it in a blue colored ink on white colored cardstock, and then again stamped this image on some white colored cardstock and colored it using Copic markers. Then I went back and heat embossed it in golden embossing powder. I finished it with a sentiment, and this is quite shiny in person, and I really enjoyed it. So this is how you can use part of this stamp set as a focal image, and you can use it in any way you like. So for the fourth card, I again did some heat embossing, but this time it was on watercolored cardstock. I used white embossing powder for that, and then just did an ombre watercolored effect. I used one of the dies by Gina K Designs to cut this shape out, and then assembled this card, which was very quick and fun. So there is always an additional card which you can create when you use dies like this, and I also have an additional card. Here I used the cutouts and mounted it on top of a card base, and created these two beautiful cards. So for this one, I used the entire image and stamped it using black ink and colored it with Copic markers. Here it's a combination of purple and green. I used a little vellum and an old sentiment die by Gina K Designs. and I use some shimmer glimmer paper to do the die cutting and just adhered it on top. I have a diffused area, and my sentiment can pop really nicely. This is the seventh card and I totally love it. This is my favorite. I did no line watercoloring, and it was so much fun. I just could not stop myself, kept adding layers and layers of watercolor, and this is what the result is. You can do less or more. You can create more intricate watercolor patterns, and or you can just go as a very loose style watercoloring. So this is the eighth card, and for this I used heat embossing, and I stamped the entire image on a pink colored cardstock using my watermark ink, and heat embossed it with clear embossing powder, which gives this beautiful tone on tone effect, and yet it is shiny and so beautiful. For the focal image, I stamped my background on a white colored cardstock and colored it with Copic markers, and then I went ahead and re-stamped it and embossed it in golden embossing powder. And for this I did a lot of fussy cutting because I enjoy doing it, but you do not essentially have to do that. You can just trim the ends and place it. I used a tool like this to go in between these areas to cut that out, which is totally not important, and you can skip it. I finished this card with a simple, delicate hello sentiment, and this is one of my favorites. So this is the ninth card I created, and this is so delicate, very feminine, very pretty. This is again no line watercoloring. This is a smooth watercolored cardstock, and colored it using Daniel Smith watercolors. Finished it with this sentiment, and I totally love it. The last project I created, this is the 10th project, and this is a tag, and I used a portion of my background stamp to create this focal image. This is a simple Copic coloring, and just did some metallic paint on the back of the tag and attached this little twine. So you can create something like this also using this floral background. These are the 10 projects which I created using my stamp set, and I had so much fun creating them. I'll be posting close-up shots for all these on my social media platform. You can have a closer view there. And here is Blossoms and Bloom. So this is all from my side, and I hope you liked it. So that is all from my side tonight, and I hope you liked all the card projects I created for you. And if you need more details, I'll be posting close-up shots on all my social media platforms. I'll link it right here. You can follow me there. You can ask me questions. You can ask me anything related to stamping and coloring. I'll be more than happy to answer all your questions. So thank you so much, Gina and Tom, for having me, and thank you all for joining us for this release. And I hope all of you have a lovely evening ahead, and I'll see you super soon. Bye.